We just gonna talk about what we learned about Giving Tuesday.
Yeah.
Did you turn that thing on already?
Hmm.
Well, how are you today, Mr. Gordon?
Oh, look at her, cause she know that we're live. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Guess who I have here with me? She snuck up on me. She was driving cross country, made it home, and we. This is Miss Penny Owens, United Front Network, and we both got caught today with our. I don't want to use the expression, but with our pants down,
I, I was
because
about to say
we
before I
forgot this is Giving Tuesday,
see.
and this the
I'm not gonna
it,
say I forgot, but it snuck up pretty
snuck
quick,
up. Same
pretty quick.
thing. Same thing. Well, it isn't the same thing,
You
but
know how you're aware of something, like you can know someone's birthday, and
yeah,
all but right the day before that it's like, hold on, wait, what's today? Like you just kind of forget the day itself.
right.
It
And we
happens.
do that. Ask me why. I can't tell you why. We just do it. But I had some people sending me stuff this morning. Sabith, with Ada Babado, she sent me something, and about I think it's 7:47 this morning, and I put her flyers out already about that Giving Tuesday, and then I got some from some other people, so I guess they got caught too. Like, oh, I forgot, and it's
It
every
moves.
year this time. It doesn't go away, But it's not too late. Um, Actually, this should have
Right.
been
This is Tuesday
promoted.
morning.
This should have
This is
been promoted at least a month ago. I'm letting you know, and it's my fault for not doing the radio station. And so now I will not forget next year. I'm having a flyer ready and ready to go. So by the way, I
they
like the flyer that you put together for United Front Network. I sent it on Instagram. So
thank you.
I like that. But come on, let's talk about Giving Tuesday. One thing I want to say is there are a lot of small businesses and entrepreneurs out there that they need help from time to time. Some a lot more time to time. And that's a time to show your appreciation and donate to their small business because it's Giving Tuesday. So you give what you can give,
Mhm.
whether it's $5, $10, $25, or maybe luckily somebody get $1,000.
Oh wow, they
But
was
this is
filling up.
some of the things that we want to talk about today. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Miss Owens take it from here and talk about it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you, and it came by very very fast. A lot of the Giving Tuesdays, the structure and I guess the real thought behind what is it that we're going to give to today? What are we going to start planning for? Where are our needs? Where do we need to what do we need to meet? Like what are the numbers? That stuff starts a year in advance. But it's busy out here for especially small business owners. You have on three different hats. So it's kind of hard for you to pay attention to all the different yearly events, let alone global events. But this is something that's global, but it's not well, I guess, marketed because I'm
Yeah.
meeting a lot of people who don't know what Giving Tuesday is, or they assume that it's every Tuesday, so they don't put that extra effort into it. But if you do some research, it's at givingtuesday.org. It has a foundation, it has a starting point, and it's worldwide, not just local at all. And I mean large charities, everything from if you have a penny, if you have a dollar to give up to thousands of dollars. A lot of people take this time globally on purpose, specially marketed to reach huge charities and different like opportunities and things that they can help and support. So we won't be left out. We want to make sure that we do what we can. It's hard for everyone, especially now. It's hard for everyone, but it doesn't have like you're giving. It doesn't have to be just financially. your time, your talents,
Hmm.
just some support. You don't have to give a small business owner, 10 and 20, $30 to their website. You can go into their store, go into their, their storefronts or their pop-ups and buy something, purchase something, give them a compliment, give them some critique if they need it, give them some advice, some guidance. Tell a friend, tell the community, like just do it on purpose. And it doesn't have to be just this one Tuesday every year. It could be every day and every time you pass by somebody and you just cross paths, like just do it on purpose. I would like to say today, do it intentionally. Just do it on purpose. Be of
Yeah.
support and give. Paying it forward is simple. It's very simple. So like no one should feel bad if it's snuck up on you because you should be doing that anyway.
And you're right, because I'll be honest with you, if I didn't get that email today from Ada, it probably would just slip. It probably hit me somewhere else down the line, but it didn't. So and see, and that's another thing. Being small business, you're doing so much, getting your business together. Things like this does slip by you. It does,
Yes,
but
absolutely.
I'm not gonna do this next year. When next year come around, I'm gonna let everybody know, hey, you know what's coming up next month?
See,
Giving Tuesday. Make sure you get everything going. So,
exactly.
but you could still advertise on Facebook. You can still let everybody know it's not too late because it's Giving Tuesday. So just get out there and just do it. Because it's not too late for any of that. And you were talking about fundraisers down the line that I have one that I do every year in March for the
Hmm.
radio station because that's when I started my radio station. It'd be 12 years this March.
Wow.
And last year, I was able to raise enough that got me a new controller, a mixer board, stuff that I needed to take out. So now this year, I want to upgrade my cameras and get lapel mics because
Oh,
sometimes when I have an event
Lord.
going on, a lot of people don't want to have a handheld mic. So I want to upgrade to lapel mics so there's a panel or something. You're sitting
Mhm.
there. So that's one thing that I want to do is get that done. And
See,
somebody asked me, which was a good question, Penny, how much of that money that people donated for to feed the families, how much did that go to the families? I
hmm.
am here to say 100%
All
of
of
that
it.
money
Yeah.
went towards the family. There was no administration fee that some of the organizations do. It was none of that. All
See.
100% went straight to the families. And not only 25 families we fed, once it was said and done, end up 32 families that we fed. Because I had another 50 that came in out of nowhere, and I got an HEB gift card and went and gave it to a family. So 100% goes towards the families.
No, that's awesome. That is awesome. Congratulations on that. And thank you for allowing me to participate. That was really it was more than just an opportunity to give, but to actually have a chance to be there in person and see the family's faces, the children, the parents, the owners who established it, that was amazing as well. And it needs to be highlighted. Those are the things you don't see on the news, in between the negative things or just something random and quick. You don't get to see that. But there's a lot of people out here that actually care. They want to
Mm-hmm.
help and they are available and they are doing the work already. They're already doing the work. So I appreciate you traveling as much as you do, dealing with all the people that you deal with across the city. Because honestly, Mr. Gordon, if it wasn't for you, there's a lot of different places that I still would not know about.
Oh,
It's not advertised. And like you said, with small business owners, you have on too many hats and marketing suffers. It
yes.
suffers, or you leave it up to AI that does it all. It's bringing in too much, and then you get overwhelmed, and now you can't keep up with it anyway. So there's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of places that you just don't know, and it's not so much that it's a hidden secret versus the fact that well, I was busy working, so I didn't get a chance to tell nobody.
You said a key word right there. The key word says you just didn't know. I was talking to Mr. Hondur, and we were talking about doing things in the community and stuff. And he said, well, you got your eyes and ears of the community because I know you know a lot of people. And I sit there and I said, no, not really. But then I started naming off things for him, for this, for that, and to you, Penny, for this, that, and that. And I realized, I said, oh, I know a few people. You know, I know a few to
Just,
steer you in the
just
right direction.
a little bit of people.
But
Yeah.
you know what my goal is for 2026,
What?
and I ran across a few people already, is to find the people in San Antonio and Bexar County where the resources are.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at it, so many resources is there that nobody even heard about, and they're not getting out. And I'm trying to figure out why they're not getting out. Matter of fact, a couple of years ago, I spoke with somebody on city council here in
Mm-hmm.
San Antonio. And I said, well, how come your resources not getting out? This was their exact word. Because
Uh-oh.
we don't have a marketing, how do you put it? Um, Got to get it
Marketing
right.
department.
They didn't
Period.
have the funds for marketing. It was not in their budget for that to get
Mm-mm.
the word out. So it sits there on the shelf to somebody discover it. And I said, well, you send me all the information. I'll get the word out.
Mm-hmm.
Never got the information. So there's a break somewhere along the line that we need to fill that gap and get that
There's
information out to the
feedback.
people. And
Yeah.
that's one thing I want to work on in 2026 is to get the resources out there. There's some judges out there like Judge Boyd. Um, she does things in her court where she help people. She know all the resources that's out there. So she
Mm-hmm.
turned me on some resources. So I need to get back in contact with her and get the resources for 2026 so it gets out there. Do not wait till you go to court and learn about the resources. You know what I mean? You need to know about the resource before you hit rock bottom and do things that you know you shouldn't do.
When you get in trouble, we tend to, I guess, be in position to kind of listen or need more
Mhm.
help when we're in that place. So it works, unfortunately, because when we're doing good, you don't think you need nothing because you're doing good.
Right. That is so
So
true.
we totally don't look for stuff like that. But am with you, like that gap needs to be merged. And I guarantee for 2026, it's definitely going to get merged. Like that's one of the biggest reasons why I developed Pension Pennies to merge that gap. Like there's a lot of information and resources that almost get put back on the show. Not just sitting down, almost put back on because there's a lot of money. If it doesn't get used, they get cut off. But I've been to several different things. I mean, across the nation where they'll have a huge conference. And one of the biggest complaints is we have so much money and it's not getting used. We don't know where to put it. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know where to put it?
Mm-hmm.
The need is huge, but no one knew about this conference. No one knew about this meeting. So you almost kind of you get wary about the source itself.
Yeah.
Do you or are you just checking off the boxes so that you can cover yourself? And I hate to say it, but right now I'm starting to see that a lot more people and organizations, not the people but the organizations themselves, are kind of doing what they're supposed to be doing, making it look that way, but they're not following through. But because there's so much money that just sits, but we need money, so how is their money sitting? But you
Yep.
tell people the way that you're hosting, the way that you are connecting the community, that's the best way to get that money used. I've met several different leaders across San Antonio who are desperate. I mean, they're like, come. Like, it doesn't matter if you need a job, show up. Because you'll be surprised how many people never show up. They get lost in those numbers. They don't put in the application, and
Yeah.
there's money, there's opportunities, and they're there and it's available. They're like, just come. We have
Mm-hmm.
grants. We have things that we want to restore for businesses and your home. All you have to do is sign up, but no one knows about it, or the few people that they tell don't show up. It happens all the time,
Yeah.
all
Well,
the time.
you just said something about the resources. Um, some of it is government grants that come in for the people, and it's
Mm-hmm.
sitting there and it's free. And
Free.
my deal is this: if it's free, how come we can't get the word out to the people? Are they afraid they're gonna be overrun and they're gonna run out of money? Yes, that's what we want to happen, because
You
that
want to
way
use the
they could
money.
fund it more the next following year. But if it's just sitting there, just like you said, I said, well, nobody worry about this, so we're not gonna fund that project again. That's exactly what they'll do.
Mhm. But a lot of people just aren't aware. There's so many people just on the ground level who are afraid because there's some grants where you do have to reach your requirements. If we're going to give this to you, if we're going to give you $20,000, we want to make sure that you do what you say you're supposed to do.
Right.
Hold yourself accountable. Do whatever you need to do. Get that money. It's free.
Yep.
But a lot of people, they stop themselves, and this is the weeding process too. They get stopped just reading the requirements versus the fact that, yes, this is what it says on paper, but we're not about to follow these to a T. Like, we want to help. There's a lot of people behind those desks and behind those where it's just like, we just need a signature and we give you this money. Like, we wrote this down because technically we have to, but we just want to help. And there's so
Yeah.
many people that just stop. Well, I don't know if I can do it, and I don't know if I can keep it up or have it done when they say I need to have it done. And it's like, but don't you want to try? You're gonna pass up good money because you don't have confidence in yourself and your capabilities. Give yourself more credit, give yourself more grace, ask God for all of the help, and
Yeah.
go get that money.
No, but
It-
you said something right there that people don't like. They don't have patience, and the reason why I'm
Mhm.
saying that, if you get $20,000 on a grant and you qualify, you have to fill out the paperwork, and sometimes that paperwork can be overwhelming. But there's where the patient come in. You got to be patient, sit down and fill this out. And I would tell you, 9 times out of 10, there's services out there that will help you fill that out to make sure so you understand exactly what it is.
I
So
sure will. If
let's
you can
let,
take
let's
the time
put
to
it
come
this
back,
way. A lot of people don't understand the grant. So let's break it down like this. It's real simple. Real simple. A grant, it's something you don't pay back.
you don't
So
have
let's
to.
get that straight. A lot of people don't know that. They think if
Right.
I get a grant, I got to pay
Loan
this back.
you pay back.
Yeah.
You'll sit still to find out to fill out the paperwork for a loan, but
Mm-hmm.
not for a grant. And it's like, see, that's that miscommunication. They put more energy this way because the banks they advertise. Like, look, because they have marketing, so
Yeah.
they advertise for loans. The money you have to pay back, the stuff that stresses you out, that has
Mm-hmm.
marketing. Guess what? Because of all that interest that you was paying, so they
Yeah.
could afford to market that back to you. But
Mm-hmm.
grants, you don't have to pay back. Fill that paperwork out. And like you said, you can get some of that paperwork, go back home, have somebody look at it, Google some definitions, and then bring it back. You don't even have
Mm-hmm.
to do it the same day.
And they'll go over everything line item step by step to make sure you qualify. They be asked, oh, what about this right here? You got this written down. So no, you should have this on there. And it's easy. But see, that's the key. People do not have that patience. They'll fill out a one-page application and get a loan, but won't fill out, I'm just over exaggerating, a 20-page grant deal, and maybe that long, because they want to make sure this money is going for a good cause. They want to make sure you don't get that money and take off. Because sometimes when you get a grant, it comes in a user right in siphons. Like you may get $5,000 now.
A quarter or something,
Yeah,
right? Or
and
maybe
then you get the other
monthly.
5,000. Then throughout the year, it'll add up to 20,000. So when you
Mhm.
get something like that, okay, what you gonna do with the first 5,000 when you get it? You know, you gotta have some type of business plan to go with that grant.
I was about to say you have to understand what it is that you're doing, and a lot of people
Right.
don't have that. A lot of people don't have business plans. They
Mm-hmm.
don't. Excuse me. A lot of people don't have Tuesday plans, let alone a business plan.
Yeah.
They don't. And I hate to say this. No, I don't. I don't hate to say this. You might hate for me to say this. Not you, Gordon. You're good. But the
Oh.
people.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a plan for yourself and what it is that you're doing, then you're just out here letting life dictate everything for you. You're just out here, just let's see what happens. So how is that working for you?
Yes.
because at
Yeah.
least a plan, it's not guaranteed. Like, God definitely giggles about plans,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a starting point and it's guidance and it's direction. Like, how do you know that you've accomplished your goal, or how do you know that you're close to your goal, whatever it may be, if you
Mm-hmm.
don't have a plan? And with the everything that's coming to light right now in the world, we should automatically start flipping, um, shoot, everything that they've been feeding us. Like I
Yeah.
said, get a loan and a credit card. A credit card is still a loan. It's
Mm-hmm.
the same thing, different thing, but grants. You know, like a wish being granted. It is for you to keep. Is what you asked for. Patience. Oh my goodness, patience is virtue. But we have to be educated. Even if you don't know. Matter of fact, I'll take that back. Because at this point, at 2025, there's no reason to be ignorant on anything. If you can Google your next meal and what you're going to Uber or Amazon, then you can Google whatever questions you have. Like, technology is just, it's available. So there's no
Mm-hmm.
reason for us to be ignorant now.
You,
There's no excuses.
you're good. You're right. And getting back to the grant part for county and city,
Mhm.
you don't have to pay them back either because that money is given to the county and the city to help people out.
Mhm.
And it's, I'm just astonished what's out there and people not taking advantage of it. So
Mhm.
that's why 2026, I'm gonna find out all that's going on out there, all and I will put it out there for you. Look here, this is what's going on. If you if you fit this criteria for getting a grant, then I would say fill it out. What is going to hurt to fill it out? What is it going to hurt? If you
Right.
don't make this one, don't say woe is me. There's others after that.
If you spend the money in gambling with the lottery, put yourself in the grant lottery. You might get picked.
Mm,
Like, just do it the same way. At least
yeah,
you're not putting money into it. You're just filling out paperwork.
yeah.
With a lot of, oh man, I need to go get my tickets. You paying money for a chance. We take chance every day. We are
Mm-hmm.
selective about our risks. We take chances every day. Why not take a chance that actually may give you what you need, everything that you need?
That is so
But you don't know
true.
what you need if you didn't make a plan. Maybe you're unaware that it's going to cost exactly $10,000 for me to start this business and to get a vehicle to get it running. At
Mm-hmm.
least when you know that, then you have a starting number. Let's say that one grant's only $1,000, but another grant is seven. That's
Mm-hmm.
more than half of your goal. It's more than half of your goal, and you're actually aware of it because you're paying attention to your life, and you actually are taking it seriously. If you don't take yourself seriously, then why should anybody else? And that's including life and business.
Mm. And to piggyback off that, um, okay, let's not talk about the city and the county or grants. Let's talk about you writing a grant to get a grant. Let's talk about that. That is the hardest thing to find somebody to write you a grant. Number one, a grant is not guaranteed. So let's get that out there. Number two, if you find somebody to write you a grant and they write it right, chances are, if they write it right, you may get that grant every year for the next 5 years.
Exactly. You talk about residual income, something
Mm-hmm.
predictable.
That way
And
you could
you don't have to
plan
pay that.
ahead on what you want to do. Use that money wisely. Make that money work
Mhm.
for you and just do it like that. So then the next following year, here comes another grant, the same grant. Let's say it's
Mhm.
$5,000 a year. And
Mhm.
you start and you got that together. So you planning for next year. Once you get the first five, don't sit there, plan for the next. Matter of fact, have yourself a 5 year plan so you know you're going to do each year with that money.
Okay.
It's real easy to do, but the hardest thing is getting that first grant.
Hmm. See, but and like the hardest thing with everything is that first one. But once you get that first out the way, then it's like, okay, you can't tell me nothing. I know that this is possible. I
Yeah.
know how to do it. I know what to expect. I know the process. I know how long to wait. I know what to be prepared for. You just getting started is always the hardest part. So not even just the grant. Getting started is always the hardest part.
Yes.
But another thing about the grants that you're bringing up, you can have as many as you want. And a lot of adults and parents, they don't even know that even with colleges. It's like you can pay for school without having to get a loan, like without having to start your life in debt. And grants is one of those things too. You can get several grants, you can get several scholarships. And then, especially with
Mm-hmm.
small businesses, there's so many different opportunities because we just want you to get started. They just want you to get started so that you can bring back stuff. It's more about not just what you put in, but they are investing in you so that you can invest in the community, so you can bring up the economic level of the city, the state. There's a
Yeah.
they get something from it. We all get something from it. We benefit from your work. So it's not that it's just money for no reason at all. It's a
Mm-hmm.
thank you and it's an appreciation. Let's get you
Yeah.
started. And we need that just collectively. We need that while it's available. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of stuff. I definitely appreciate partnering with WSAN for sure, because I know with Pension Pennies, we're definitely going to make sure that we bring this information to the community because it's there right now. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not guaranteed to be there forever, but right now, while you have some free money, go get it.
Yeah.
Everybody, go get it as much as you can. Get established, get what you need, pass it on to a friend. I know where I'm coming from, on the East Coast. Their mentality was to, well, I've got mine, you have to go get yours, and then they wouldn't even have the courtesy to tell you where they got it from. You
Mm.
had to figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
But here in San Antonio, I have not run into that. I haven't. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I haven't run into, especially nowhere near the way that I used to on the East Coast. People actually do want to share and they will answer your questions. But we have to hold ourselves accountable. If somebody gives you some good advice but you don't take it, I mean that's what happened.
Yeah.
You didn't take it. You can't be surprised that you don't have any money when someone gave you an opportunity. You have to know when to just say yes, scared or not. I may
Mm-hmm.
not know. I may not be prepared. I may not be able to guarantee it, but just say yes. Just do the work. Fill it out. See what
Mm-hmm.
happens. Because there's
Take.
a 50-50 chance that it'll go bad. There's also a 50% chance it'll go good.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing we call leap of faith.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like doing it anymore because they're scared. I'm scared. Every morning I wake up, I come in here to the studio and I cut on everything. And what scares me is sometimes when I cut off everything, like today after this interview is over with, everything be shut down except for the radio, so everything be shut down. Then I come back the next morning, I did the exact same thing and nothing's working.
I know about that.
Nothing's working. And I say, wait a minute. It was working yesterday. What did I change that was different?
It's like I didn't do anything.
Yeah, and then I found out sometimes that some of the stuff had to be rebooted all the time because mine is running 24 hours a day nonstop. You
Mm.
know, the server is on 24 hours a day. And every once in a while I have to reboot that. So I'm telling myself on Sundays to reboot on Sundays after 10 p.m. And it reboots and everything. Now everything is staying where it should be at. So sometimes I cut on the mic and nothing comes out. I'm hitting the button, it's on, but nothing's. And I said, oh my God, it just worked yesterday. So what I'm leading into with you, don't want to go out there and see what's going on. It may not work today, but what about tomorrow? What about the next day? Don't stop.
Keep
Just
going.
keep on pushing. Because when you stop, then you get that woe is me. Nobody wants to help you. Boy, you better get your butt up and get out there again.
Okay.
Because it's not some, you could knock on 20 doors, 19 of them would say no, but that 20th door will take a chance on you. So
Okay.
never give up.
Looks, anybody successful will tell you it's a numbers game. And
Mm,
there's plenty of no's. There's more no's than yeses. Failure is necessary, it's required. Just give it a new name. It's not even failure, it's just Tuesday. It's just what happens. Like you have
mm,
to get over it, take the emotions out, take the frustrations out. It is a part of the journey and process. That's where you learn. That's where you grow. That's when you get to learn more about yourself. Where I thought I wanted this way, but now that I have it, I
mm-hmm,
don't even care that much. Or this is the way I wanted to do it, but this was actually easier. You learn when things don't go well. What is it? It wasn't Einstein. I'm not sure if it was whoever did the light bulbs. It's been a while since I've been in school. Whoever did the light bulb said that he actually had 1,000 reasons and proof of how not to do it,
Mm-hmm.
but he finally learned how to do it. It's just a part of it. You might as well just get through the numbers and keep moving. There's no
Right.
reason to stop because life's not going to stop because you did.
That's right. And I'm gonna piggyback off that. And don't stop because somebody told you, "Oh, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work." That be the same person buying your product once you get it to work.
Okay, even if that's your mama, I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
I just say, don't let anybody discourage you because they're already set in their ways and what they don't want to do. So they're looking at you. Oh, I wouldn't do that. You know, one negative person could knock out that glimmer of light that you have, and
And
you
don't
take it personal. Don't do it. Just walk away and
and
keep
half
on
the time
doing
it's
it.
not even personal.
Yeah.
It's not half the time when people tell you stuff or try to discourage you or if they think they're coming from a good place, they're trying to help you, like they don't want to see you hurt. They are fearful. They don't see what you see. They don't see how that's going to work. How is it that you don't have any money today, but you're trying to start a business? Like they don't see it. That's okay. Don't even be upset for them for being afraid for you or afraid for themselves. That's just a
Yeah.
part of life. But you can just hear what they're saying and just remember this is a conversation. I don't have to. I get to control my life at the end of the day. It's just a
Hmm.
conversation. Like we get so emotional about everything. That person who is discouraging you, it might not even be on purpose. They may just be parroting what they got to hear growing up,
Yeah.
where somebody never encouraged them. False promises, things just don't go wrong all the time. Like don't waste your time, don't even try. That is just their personal journey. It's sad for them. It's sad for them. If you have somebody that's discouraging you, pray about it for them. Like just continue to be encouraging, but don't take it personal just because they can't see what you see. It's not for them to
Mm-hmm.
do. That's why you see it. It ain't even for them to do. So if they don't see it, so what? It's yours.
I see it.
Your
You say,
your eye.
I see it. Well, what do you see? And they'll tell you, well, I don't see you going to make it. Thank you. But people, like I just mentioned that 20 people and 19 tell you no, that the 20th one will tell you yes. But
Mhm,
you have to look at that because those 19, 9 times out of 10 will tell you the reason why they said no.
mhm,
That is a learning experience. Listen to what they're criticizing you on. Learn
mhm,
from that. Just don't go,
mhm.
woe is me. So you get 19 rejections. But listen to the reason why they rejected you.
Okay. You
Listen
didn't have
to
to.
it. Yep. And
Right.
and and then you build off that. So first one rejects you, change your style. Second one, change your style. Just don't listen to them. They go to net knocking on doors. Find out the reason why that they rejected your business idea. How can
Totally.
you turn it around and make it better? By the time you get to the 20th one, you ought to be an expert.
Because you've had to repeat the same spiel or you have tweaked it a little bit. Now it's easy. It's on your mind. You know your stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
you know your stuff because you got practice. Some call it failure. It was practice. That's all it is. That's
Mm-hmm.
all it is. I totally agree with you. Thank you for saying that because it is true. Just be curious. Walk around and be
Mm-hmm.
curious. Not in your feelings. Be curious. So why didn't I get the job? Why didn't I get the opportunity? Why did you not offer for me to come? Well, your attitude is not great. You didn't smile. You didn't put any effort into your clothing. You didn't have a plan. Sometimes it's something small. And then they may actually tell you, well, this part was good. I love the eye contact. I love your concept, but you didn't have a follow up. You didn't actually have an ask. Then you
Mm-hmm.
get to think about it. Okay, well, they like this, and this, but I actually didn't ask for anything. Let me make
Yeah.
sure I'm prepared next time. And it makes a difference. And sometimes, too, the people, be happy about the people who say no because they might not be your people. The one who said yes, it's a better fit. They respect you. They want the best for you. They have something to teach you. You should be happy that you didn't like quit 19 times.
Yeah.
The Lord said no before you got into a situation that wasn't for
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One thing I'm gonna bring up about the 19 times. I'm gonna bring this up because I think a lot of people don't realize each time they say no, they should be building up your confidence. Because sometimes your presentation, they can look at you and see you're not confident in what you're saying. You're not confident in your own product. But once you are confident in what you're doing, it ought to roll off your tongue because you know it inside out. That person shouldn't be asking you questions about your business that you cannot answer. So you
Mm,
need to know your stuff before you show your stuff.
mhm.
And being confident will carry you a long way. Now, some people confuse confidence with being conceited. And
Um,
and that isn't. You're not conceited. You're confident. You walking with your head up high, tall, and walking in, shaking that hand, you are confident. Conceited is a whole new different ball game. Don't get lost in that right there because you never get a job. Walking there think you know everything and you the boss and you do all this. No, that'll get you out real quick. Go in there
stay
with
humble
confidence.
and humility, please.
You know?
Be
So
if you're the smartest in the room, then you're in the wrong room. Like
say
really.
that again. Say
If
that
you're the
again.
smartest in the room, then you are in the wrong room. There's no
See?
growth in the room where you're the best person there.
Mm-hmm.
Love me, love me, love me. It's like, well, that's all you want for Christmas, I guess. Then you've reached your goal. You're successful.
Yeah.
You
Like,
need to be in a room where you can grow. Because even being at the top, it gets old. Ask everyone at the top.
mm-hmm. Yeah. So all right, young lady. You want to close out with anything?
I want to say look out for pension pennies and check out www.pensionpenniessa.com and see what's coming for San Antonio. That's what I want to say. Because we're going to fix this resource gap. We about to close that down for 2026. Me
That
and Mr.
sounds good.
WSAN Radio.
Yeah, we'll tell you the
I got a
story
good old
next
voice.
time around on how she found me. And it was funny. I had interviewed her like 8 months ago, and I found the interview by accident, looking for something. I said, "There she is." I interviewed her, and that's funny on how that happened. So God is always looking out.
Yes, he is.
So,
Yes, he is.
all right, young
Yeah.
lady. Till next time, you take
Next,
care, everybody. DJ Ron G on WSAN Radio coming up at 1 o'clock this afternoon. We got our very own Sharon Bell Moses with What's Happening San Antonio. Until then, peace and chicken grease. I'm out.
I definitely wanted it. The chicken grease.